Job 21. So, Job actually spoke to what I was speaking about yesterday. So it's not that at Job's time they didn't see the wicked prosper. Job actually says that he actually observed that he 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 first said that his complaint is not directed to a human being, because all this time he has been asking God for an answer. He has been asking God for clarity, and where like if he did something wrong, for him to be made known of it, and because he thinks that he is in the right, and he feels that he was like attacked for no reason by God, and he wished that there was an intercessor. So he has been directing his complaint to God, but yet his friends kept on saying that his wickedness or undisclosed wickedness or some kind of undisclosed sin is the reason. And he is actually saying, look at him and be appalled. Like when he think about this, he is terrified. Trembling seizes his body, and I am too. Whenever I read Job, I'm like, what if what happened to Job happens to me? I'm terrified at the thought of something like this would happen to me, because just God allowed Satan to have power and dominion over me, because I am doing something right in his eyes. So I mean, like, just that thought, similar to Job, it terrifies me. And he actually say he witnessed wicked living on, growing old and increasing in power. They have all their children around them. Their cattle are breeding well. They sing to the music, and they go down the grave in peace. But yet they are the ones who is rejecting God Almighty. They are the one who doesn't follow God. And so he also asks, how often is the lamp of the wicked snuffed out? And it's actually interesting, because there is a saying in Job's age, according to verse 19, that people are saying God stores up the punishment for the wicked for their children. So they actually see the wicked prosper, but they think that the time will come where the punishment will fall on the wicked children. But Job is saying, let God repay the wicked so that they themselves experience it. And so this is, I think, it's just I regarding this, God's clearly state in the Bible that each one will have to pay for our own sin, but from observing life, I think that is true at the time of death, and it might not happen in one's lifetime, because some people live their whole life wickedly and does not have to pay for it. But some people do, and that's at the discretion and judgment of God. So we don't know what God thinks, but we know that he is fully just. However, what we do observe is what Job is saying right here. Because Job said, well, I'm like Job. I'm like, if I can see the wicked pay for their sin in their lifetime, that would be so awesome. And then we can clearly distinguish who is following after God and who is not, and there's concrete evidence in a person's lifetime. Yet that is not how God works. Basically Job is saying, if they die in luxury, who do they care about? But basically, can anyone teach knowledge to God? And some people die completely secure and at ease, well nourished in body. Another dies in bitterness of soul. He's pretty much referring to himself, because he's looking forward to the grave also, and he's thinking about how the wicked and the just both die. People who love God and people who doesn't love God, they both die. They're eaten by worms, and that's pretty much the same ending for both. And so basically, he's saying, look, there are, like, real situations that he can see where, the righteous does suffer and the wicked doesn't. And so he's pretty much explaining that to them and saying, how can you console me with your nonsense? Nothing is left of your answers but falsehood, because they just don't listen to him. And this chapter shed light on what I was thinking about yesterday a little bit more, that what I'm observing now, they observed back then during Job time too, and it's not nothing new.